Hi, in this episode we're going to go more into the string data type. Most of us will be using the string data type more than any other data type, so there's some nice features about it. We went over the enclosing quotes in the last episode, and that's about it. So we'll go more into the other features of strings in Lua. The first one is multi-line quotes. If you have a very long block of text, you can enclose it with the double bracket notation. For example, I'm going to go ahead and paste this in here. And we'll go ahead and output the x variable. And there you can see our line breaks were saved in the string. Also, you can use single and double quotes in here as well. Since we are enclosing this with double brackets. The only thing you can't do, though, is add escape sequences. And let's go into the escape sequences here for strings. Escape sequences are, for example, let's say you wanted to add in a carriage return, but you weren't doing a multi-line string. For example, hello, and I'll put a break here, character return. And when I print out this string, notice that where that \n is, it added a carriage return. You can do all kinds of other things. For example, I can also escape the double quotes if I were using double quotes to enclose my string. Here I'm escaping the first double quote, hello. I'll close that double quote. And notice that the word hello has double quotes around it. So you can do that. You can also put in tabs, bell sounds. You could put all sorts of other things. You have to go and search the web for the different escape sequences that you can put in there. The last thing that you can do with strings is concatenate strings. So if you want to join one or more strings together, you can do it as follows. And we'll just return x ... y. And there you go. Now notice it joined the two together because it's not going to add the spaces in there. If I wanted to add the space in there, I can do a return x. And here I'll put my literal string in here. It's not stored in a variable. And there you get hello world. So that's kind of the basics about strings. Now I want to go more into the string library. The string library lets you do a lot more with strings that you can't do with Lua itself. For example, if I wanted to find the occurrence of, let's say, a letter or a string within a string, I can use the find method. So let me set my x variable here first. I'll be using the hello world string for these examples. So in this case, I can do a return x, and note my colon syntax here, and I'll use the find method. And in this case, I want to find out where or is in hello world. Now notice the two numbers it returned, 8 and 9. That's the position of the first occurrence of or, which is at position 8, and it ends at position 9 because O and R are next to each other. So, for example, if I wanted to find the following, instead of or, I'll say O space W. It returns 5 and 7. So the little o is found at position number 5, and the big W is found at position number 7. Now notice that the index for strings doesn't start at 0, it starts at 1. So the capital H in hello world is actually at position 1, not 0. Another thing that you can do with strings is you can substitute part of your string with another string. In this case, we'll go, let's say I want to change the capital W to a little w. So I'll just go return x gsub. I'll use the gsub method. And I'll change the capital W with a little w. And notice it did that. I can also format a string by using the format method. So for example, in hello world, let's return x. Okay. I want to format this, let's say y equals 0.5. And let's say I wanted to do the following. X y. Now, let's say I wanted that 0.5 to be 0.500. I can do the following. Y format. Actually, I would do a string dot format y. Actually, I want 2 decimal points, and it's a floating float number. I'll pass in the y variable. And there you go. You notice that it says 0.50 now. And I can also increase that to whatever I want. So that's a nice thing, a nice method to use. Another thing we can do with strings is we can convert it to upper and lower case. So for example, and also we can change it to all uppercase. And lastly, we can get the string length by using the len method, or we can just prefix the variable with the £. So that's it for strings. The next lesson we'll go over tables in more detail.